The great Mr. B is back in Miami. Billy Eckstine with us this afternoon.
And happy to be back, Bob.
And Bill, it's our pleasure to have you back in Miami town because we know when you're here there's always some great music kicking around.
Well, that's wonderful for you to say that, buddy.
Well, let's see, what do we talk about musically today? Let's go back a few years. You want to go back to the very beginning of Billy Eckstine as a recording artist? That was when?
Well, that was when I was with the Earl Hines Band. That was around 1939. I did some sides with Earl Hines. Those were my first sides. And then, of course, I had my own band after I left Earl, after 4 years. And I got my own band, and I recorded on the old National label with it.
I remember that.
Yeah, Bill, we did some things, Cottage for Sale, Prisoner of Love, and quite a few of them with the band. And then when I broke up the band at the start of MGM Records, and I started doing a single, and I started recording then with MGM. We did Everything I Have Is Yours. In fact, that was the first record I did with MGM. And I Apologize, which was the biggest record.
That's the biggest one of all time.
Yeah.
Do you have any sales figures on that?
Oh, it's gone close to 4 million.
That's fantastic. I'm sure it still sells today.
It still does. It's a funny thing. It still does.
And it gets an awful lot of play in Miami. Bill, what do you want to do next in your work?
Well, I've got a little chance now. I'm keeping my fingers crossed to do the new picture with Kirk Douglas of Spartacus and the Gladiators. I'm to play the part of a Moor gladiator. Now, I don't know yet whether or not it's going to come through. They're supposed to write a part in there for me. And that will be a new phase of show business for me, because other than one little picture I did with Esther Williams, which was just a nightclub guest shot, never done any acting at all.
This is a straight acting?
Straight acting.
No
part.
singing?
No singing at all.
What inspired you to this?
Well, my handlers are also Kirk Douglas's handlers, and Kirk is a very good friend of mine, and he suggested it. He said, gee, it's about time for you to get into that, you know. He said, and I've always been a horn blower. I haven't had much, even any thought of acting, because, gee, it's just like painting. I can't paint. I didn't think I could act either. But they have told me that all you have to do is get over there with a good drama coach. He said nobody can act at first until they're taught. So I'm going to give it a whirl and see what happens.
You know, in addition to the excellent job that you do on record, you probably have one of the finest speaking voices I think that I have ever heard on a stage. Do you have any type of speaking training that accounts for this? Or?
No, I never had any voice training or speaking training. The only musical training that I've had was on instruments, you know, on trumpet and trombone. But as far as vocal training or speaking training, I've never had any of that at all.
And your enunciation is just fantastic, not only in your songs, but in your speaking voice on stage. And let's talk about on stage a moment. Billy Eckstine is currently knocking 'em dead at the Fontainebleau, and Billy opened last night. And when this man works this club, and I caught him at the dinner show last night, you can absolutely hear a pin drop in the crowd when this man sings.
I wonder who dropped that pin.
Billy, tell the folks what type of material you're doing at the Fontainebleau.
Well, we try to mix it up a little instead of just doing a straight singing act, which gets very monotonous unless you're really singing about something that is of interest. We try to mix it up with a little light comedy, a little comedy song, special material things, and then I do a little dance. I think you can call it that.
It's very clever. Little trumpet playing.
And then my trumpet playing, do a little imitation of Louis Armstrong, which gets me a chance to utilize the trumpet.
Imitation is very good, and you know, I guess Billy Eckstine is probably one of the most imitated voices around. How do you feel about all of the comics and other vocalists who've imitated you?
Bob, there's an old adage that says imitation is the highest form of flattery, and I go along with it. It doesn't bother me at all. But a guy up in Boston, a disc jockey, a wonderful friend of mine, he once told me, he said, B, you know the reason why everybody imitates you? I said, why is that? He said, you're the easiest to imitate. He said, all you have to do is yawn and sing at the same time.
That's what it boils down to. And you'll be yawning and singing on stage at the Fontainebleau through next Monday, won't you?
That's right.
Well, I'm sure a lot of Miami people are going to come see you, Billy. Mr. B, why the switch over from MGM to Mercury Records?
Well, I made a switch after MGM. I went to Victor for 1 year, and, well, I couldn't get off, I don't know, I just couldn't get out with Victor. I couldn't get started with him. I went over with Mercury after my year with Victor, and well, over here and with Mercury, they more or less they don't go along with the trend of music as rock and roll is today, and I happen not to be a rock and roll singer, though I have nothing against it. I think it has its place for those who do it and do it well, but I don't think that I should more or less prostitute my living just to go along with a trend, because I think in singing or in any walk of life, you have to be honest and truthful with what you do. And I don't think I would be truthful, and it would show in the recordings. And then I have a lot of friends and a lot of people who have told me that they hope I don't do it, just because it looks like you're just putting a sign on the record, he's looking for a hit, you know, and which is not good. That's I'd rather be very truthful in what I'm doing. I've made what little advancement I've made has been through ballads and good songs, and I just like.
I think you'd make a sad mistake to ever change the sound. You have no thoughts of doing anything rock and roll, do you?
Well, no, Bob, I don't think a straight-out rock and roll, I don't think I would do. For me to do the Purple People Eaters or the Witch Doctor or something like that, I don't think I could make that. But, see, I don't know, because I have children. I have 5 boys, and
you almost got your own baseball team.
I'm telling you, I got a basketball team. But anyhow, and I can go back into their room, and from the 2-year-old right on up to the 14-year-old, they enjoy it. So I'm wondering whether it's going out or not. Frankly, just as I said before, it has its place. I think the kids like it, and it's something that makes them like it. But I don't think that this suggestive rock and roll is in anymore. As a matter of fact, it's dead. I haven't heard any of those real suggestive, horrible lyrics like they used to when they first came out.
I haven't either, thank goodness.
Which is very good, because to me that was terrible. That was really selling a record just you couldn't help from selling it, you know, with something like that. It got a lot of little labels started, and but that's a pretty bad way to do something.
It sure is. Billy Eckstine is our special guest this afternoon. Billy, tell us, who are the 4 greatest vocal entertainers living today, in your opinion, excluding the great Mr. B?
Oh, no.
Because we would have to include you if we were to name the greatest 4.
Well, I would say, for my female vocalists, I like Sarah Vaughan, Ella Fitzgerald. To me, they are possibly the greatest. I would say Sarah, I like Sarah's ballads, and for all-around singing, I think there's nobody in the world can touch Ella Fitzgerald. Now, for my male singer, I like, Bob, it's a funny thing. I like so many things in male singers. I'd like to form maybe a composite singer. Like I once said before, that my favorite male singer would have to have maybe the voice of Perry Como and the great phrasing and ease of Frank Sinatra and showmanship, and the soul of Nat King Cole, and the money of Bing Crosby.
That's a wonderful parlay. I'll tell you, Billy, we certainly appreciate your views on things this afternoon. You've got something brand new out as a single on Mercury that we'd like to chat about a moment, and let's talk about the new album you have out. This is for Mercury Records now.
That's right. Well, we did a jazz album with some of the Pacific Coast jazz stars, such as Bud Shank, Bobby Cooper, Don Favorquist, and Red Callender, and Gerald Wiggins, Larry Bunker, Shelley Mann. And we have no music on any of these, and we just sat down, got a format together, and Pete Rugolo and myself, and we worked them out just to do an impromptu jazz album of some of the old standards. And I had a real ball making it. You know.
Billy, we certainly appreciate you being with us this afternoon.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Bob. Gee, anytime that I'm down this way, just ring me old phone. I'll be there.
You know why? It's so good to see performers with your background and your status in the business playing Miami Beach, because it looks like the height of the season over there. It really does.
Well, we had a very wonderful opening show. It was completely sold out, which really made me feel good, because this not being the height of the season, you are happy when it happens in the season, but to happen in July, it really made me feel good.
Well, you got a big 4th of July weekend coming up,
That's
so
right.
I'll quit saying let's listen to Billy Eckstine. I'll say let's go see Billy Eckstine.
Please
He's
do.
at the Fontainebleau
Please
through
do.
Monday. Thanks, Billy.
Thank
for
you
being
so
with us.
much, Bob, and don't forget, anytime I'm in town, give me a ring. I'll be happy to be with you.